It is election day here in Zootown, and the newly elected leader, Mayor Owl, is taking office with a very ambitious agenda. Like any real-world government, his administration has a set of core macroeconomic aims they want to achieve for the economy. First on his poster, achieve steady economic growth and ensure low unemployment so everyone can find a job. Next, he promises to maintain stable prices, keep the balance of payments steady, and achieve a fairer redistribution of wealth. It sounds like a perfect utopia. But securing all 5 of these macroeconomic targets at the exact same time is practically impossible. Mayor Owl is about to learn exactly why. The reality of governing hits fast. Zootown's economy is currently stalling out. Growth has flatlined, and unemployment is high, especially in the beaver construction sector, where hundreds of workers are sitting idle. To fix this, Mayor Owl turns to the Central Treehouse. This represents the town's central bank, an independent institution tasked with managing the economy's money. In the real world, this role is filled by institutions like the Bank of England or central banks like the Reserve Bank of India. These central banks control what is known as monetary policy. They have 2 primary levers they can pull. They can adjust the total money supply circulating in the economy, and they can change the interest rates. Governments cannot physically force citizens to spend money or hire workers. Manipulating these monetary levers is the only way a central bank can indirectly steer economic behavior and incentivize people to open their wallets. Facing high unemployment, the mayor opts for expansionary monetary policy. He pulls the levers to lower interest rates and increase the money supply. Instantly, borrowing money becomes incredibly cheap. Businesses realize that taking out a loan to expand their operations suddenly costs very little in interest. The beavers take full advantage. They borrow cheap money to fund massive new dam construction projects all across the river. The macroeconomic results are exactly what the mayor ordered. The new dams require labor, new jobs are created, the total output of the economy grows, and full employment is temporarily reached. Expansionary policy is highly effective at jump-starting a sluggish economy. But flooding a market with cheap money acts as a powerful fuel, and if an economy runs too fast, the system overheats. Now we hit the unintended consequence. With full employment and cheap credit, the citizens of Zootown have pockets full of cash, and overall consumer demand skyrockets. But the town's resources are finite. The squirrel nut gatherers, for example, cannot harvest nuts fast enough to meet this massive new wave of buying. When overall demand in the economy increases faster than supply, it creates demand-pull inflation. The price of everyday goods spikes sharply, eating away at the citizens' purchasing power. By successfully reaching his employment target, Mayor Owl completely failed his goal of maintaining stable prices. To cure the inflation, he is forced to use contractionary monetary policy. He raises interest rates and shrinks the money supply. Immediately, borrowing becomes expensive again. Businesses stop taking out loans, consumer spending drops, and prices finally stabilize. But here is the painful irony. Contractionary policy stops inflation by choking off investment. The dam construction halts, the beavers are laid off, economic growth stalls, and the town is right back where it started. Mayor Owl is now trapped in a cycle, pushing and pulling the policy dials back and forth as one crisis replaces another. This is a core thesis of your syllabus. A government simply cannot achieve all 5 macroeconomic aims simultaneously because of inherent structural conflicts. The story of Zootown demonstrates the classic trade-off. Pushing an economy to full employment almost always generates unavoidable inflationary pressure. Real-world macroeconomics is not about finding a flawless formula that solves everything. It is about deciding which specific aim is the absolute highest priority for a country at that exact moment. When you sit down for your exam, avoid a very common trap. Always specify that the central bank, not the general government, directly conducts monetary policy. Second, be explicit. Don't just write, "They use monetary policy." Name the specific tools they are manipulating, like interest rates and the money supply. Third, when an essay question asks you to evaluate the effectiveness of a policy, examiners are explicitly looking for you to discuss the trade-offs. Show them you understand that fixing unemployment might cause inflation. Finally, pay attention to the news. If you can reference how your own country's central bank is navigating these exact trade-offs today, you will stand out to the examiner and secure top marks.